from the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 51 back in 2017. We are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Houston Texans. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Well, this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Working out of the gun, Mills.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Well, this defense for the Bucks, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You can go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Monroe.
That's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Those are the drives that prove a lot. You got a rookie quarterback, Charles. You're on the road, takes him down, throws the touchdown pass.
And in a game like this, with, as you described, a rookie quarterback, the team usually says, okay, we got to take care of this guy. We got to protect him. But when he goes out and plays like this on the first drive on the road, he doesn't have to say, I'm here to be your leader. They just need to follow him.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That, too.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
A first down throw for Mills. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
To gain 7, brings up 2nd and 3 at the Buccaneers' 49-yard line.
from just shy of midfield. Mills. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucks are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They begin with a run by Fournette. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He completes this to Russell Gage.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Well, the jet sweep, this is Godwin.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Monroe. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Succop's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They run for it with Breida. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
Backed up where they were on this side of the field, that was a gutsy call.
A gutsy call that never should have happened. Not so much them going for it. That's their decision. But where's the defensive front? Where's the leverage? Where's the low man win? Where's getting into the offensive backfield and spilling the play? How did they permit them to pick up a 1st down in that situation?
A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mills. And that'll be incomplete. The Texans at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They felt they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. First and 10, it's Pierce. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Steps away. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
To throw again on second down. Mills looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And the Buccaneers are going to take over at their own 41. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Here we go.
The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. He stiff arms him. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down. To throw on second down, Monroe. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 13-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
19 tight. 19 tight.
On 3rd and 2. Monroe to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They love to try to take advantage of his height, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to run it back and try it again, maybe with a little less mustard on the throw.
On 4th down, Monroe. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Bucks try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
That was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate, that was just incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. Good strength, gets him a little extra and gets them some breathing room as he's tackled shy of the 10. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And the slot man goes in motion left. On 3rd down, here's Mills. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And the Bucks are going to take possession of the football. With such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close, they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Succop. And that makes our score 17-0.
17. Texans nothing.
The Bucks ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense.
Mills hit, and he loses the ball. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit, and number two, maybe they actually have the lead.
This is caught by Evans, and he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That one good for set. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Come on.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
18, 5 in.
Operating from the gun, Monroe. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Off the play fake, Monroe. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Succop on now for the Buccaneer field goal.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Succop's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. After the sack on first down, Mills. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
The tackle made back at the 13-yard line.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. This time they stay on the ground. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bucks with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On second down, here's Fournette. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Mills now looks to throw on first down. That's caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine with it.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. And now the Bucks deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Give left side for Pierce.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
First and 10 at the 48.
They go play action. Mills.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. Touchdown, Texans.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 52 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole.
Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out, and the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn.
And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. First down, Mills. That's complete. It's Collins. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Pierce is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll run for it with Pierce. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that one puts them on top here in the 3rd. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll swing this out to Fournette. On the move past the 40. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 35. 23 yards the pickup there.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
A carry there for Fournette as he's able to work his way for a gain of about 5.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Off-play action. Monroe going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. And the Texans are going to have it here at their own 15. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious, so you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here.
And Pierce gets it again on second down. Tough running there before being wrangled down shy of the 15. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on third down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Fournette running right. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
On the set. 7 Pirates.
They'll try and throw for it. And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is going to be returned from middle of the end. And deep in his own territory, coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Suck up for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes the score Buccaneers 33, Texans 21.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mills. And his throw here's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The offense on 3rd down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, Mills. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Mills, 4th down, gotta have it. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this is caught at the 20. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Again, it's Mills. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. O.J. Howard from 17 yards out. And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Go!
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you, at what point do you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back.
And he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks them up.
And avoids the turnover. 2nd and 5. Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Fournette. And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. Succop's kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Yeah, he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a...
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by Jamel Dean, and the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. Well, this game has not been short on intrigue, but that's the backbreaker right there, and it's going to put any hope of victory to bed.
Yeah, they knew they needed the touchdown, and when you have that little time remaining, they know they've got no choice except to go for broke, and that they did. But the interception, that means defeat.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Russell Gage, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucks are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Extra point try now for Succop. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Makes the score Buccaneers 43, Texans 28.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw it. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Carlton Davis picks it, and the Bucks are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out? And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette, 84 yards. And the Buccaneers are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Texans 28.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Now Mills. He's going to let it fly. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone. Mills now. And this is going to be intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when we see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is.